welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Tabletop Gaming Guild is all about the experiences and memories that playing tabletop games with friends and families can create. Today we're going to be looking at Last Light, designed by Roy Cannaday and published by Gray Fox Games. Last Light is a 4X game that can be played in under an hour. Now, a number of games have claimed that in the past, so let's see how this game plays. For setup, the first thing you're going to be doing is putting together the three-part board using the diagram in the rulebook to ensure that each section is on the correct side for the number of players. Basically, the more players you have, the more sectors are going to be in space. Use the half circles to confirm alignment. You will then use the diagram to put out the asteroids, stations, planets, and explore tokens. Now, the planets are supposed to be randomized within their designated positions, but they're going to be moving around throughout the game, so it's not that critical they'd be wildly random. However, it is more critical for the explore tokens. You're going to make sure you want to shuffle these well and place them face down, and the remaining tokens are going to be out of the game. Each planet on the main board or first ring is going to get a random blue explore token, and any planets on the inner ring are going to get a random purple explore token. The remaining explore tokens go out of the game. Each player is going to put one extractor on their station on the white resource icon. They'll get a research board, their ships, their extractors, a player aid, one white resource, one research card, a graveyard, 6 action cards, 4 planetary bonus cards, and 2 random races. They are going to pick one of the 2 races to play as. From the 4 planet cards, you're going to have one of each color with ascending points and ascending difficulty. And you're going to pick one to be your goal for the game. For the most part, this game is simultaneous play. Everybody's going to choose an action card from their hand and play it face down. Once everybody has decided, everyone will then reveal. The only time turn order becomes important is if somebody played a command card, in which case all other actions are resolved and then the commands are played in turn order. However, if you want to make this a turn-based game, each card does have numbers printed on it to designate which one would go first, just to make the game easier and easier to teach and keep track of what people are doing. Any cards you have played remains down until you've taken the refresh action. The round ends once all players have taken a refresh action. Let's go through the 6 possible actions. Number 1 is research. Research has 2 effects that can be done in any order. The first effect is gain 1 light for every 4 technologies you have already researched. Then draw 3 new technologies and keep 2 of them as unresearched tech. The second effect is research any number of technologies as long as you have the resources to pay for them. Also note that each spaceship type can have 1 green tech and 1 yellow tech. However, you can always research a new tech and replace the old one. Blue tech types are species techs that you can have any number of them. However, you can never have 2 techs with the same name. Action number 2 is mine. Any location that has an extractor will produce the resource under the extractor. Note that at the beginning of the game, you're going to only have access to 1 white resource with an extractor on it. As you explore planet or develop your station, you're going to have more resources being generated each time you mine. If an opponent has a ship in the same sector as your extractor, it cannot mine. Action number 3 is construct and also has 2 effects. First effect being you can build any number of ships of any type as long as you have ships to be built and you have the resources required. The second effect is you get 1 free extractor in any planet or station you control, meaning you have a ship and no opponent has a ship in that area. I'll explain the effects of the graveyard in a minute, but you'll want to bear in mind that when you build, you can also build your ships that are in opponents' graveyards. Action number 4 is trade. It's pretty straightforward. You can take 2 of the listed actions, and those actions allow you to either gain a right resource or trade resources up for higher value resources. However, after you've finished your trade action, you have to choose one other player to gain one right resource. Action number 5 is Refresh. Refresh allows you to pick up every other card you played so far except for the Refresh card. So you can only play the Refresh card once per round. And also note that once all Refresh cards are down, the round ends at the end of the turn. Refresh also allows you to claim some light, which is your points for the game. You get 1 light for every planet you control within the outer ring, and 2 light for every planet you control within the inner ring. The last action is arguably the most important, also the most involved. That is Command. Now remember that Command is the only action that turn order matters for. So when you play Command, first thing that happens is any actions other than Command get resolved first. Then if multiple people have played a Command action, those are resolved in turn order. When you play Command, each of your ships get to move equal to their move distance, which at the start of the game is going to be just 1 sector. However, there's various research cards that can extend that distance. You may then resolve an attack for any ship within range of the enemy, which again, at the start of the game is going to be within its own sector. Combat in Last Light is one-sided. You'll be rolling attack dice according to the strength of the ship. However, the enemy cannot fight back. You simply roll, determine how much damage you do, and determine how you want to distribute that damage. Any enemy ships you manage to destroy go on your graveyard. Once you've destroyed 4 ships, they are immediately returned to their respective owners, and you get light as a reward. The amount of light you get depends on the number of players. If a ship is damaged but not destroyed, that damage remains on that ship until that player has played a Refresh card. Let's go through the breakdown of the ship types and their starting stats. You have 3 types of ships, a small, medium, and large. The small ship is going to cost you 1 white resource, and the icons from left to right are as follows. It's going to have 1 range, 1 attack dice, 1 defense value, so it can take 1 hit before it's destroyed, and 1 movement. The medium is going to cost you a white and a purple to build, have 1 range, 2 attack dice, 2 defense value, and 1 movement. And the large is going to cost you 1 yellow resource to build, have 1 range, 3 attack dice, 3 defense value, 1 movement, and the Bombard ability. The Bombard ability allows a ship to attack an extractor, because otherwise extractors cannot be targeted by attacks. Let's talk about the effects of moving. If you move a ship and it ends its movement on a space with an Explore token, you would reveal that at the end of your movement phase and get any bonus that it shows on it. That token would then go out of the game. If you end up moving on a planet, you would flip the Explore token on that planet. Any resource shown with a gray background is a one-time immediate bonus for exploring. The black background is resources you only get if you mine that planet with an extractor. We'll go through what the various icons mean. If you reveal an icon that matches the back of your action cards, it means you get to pick up a played action card and put it back into your hand. An icon that matches the back of your research cards allows you to get a new technology into your hand so it's not yet researched. An icon that looks like an extractor will allow you to immediately build an extractor on that planet. The icon with 2 arrows gives you 1 free trade. This little ship icon gives you a free ship. The wormhole lets you teleport a ship to the location. And then there's the various resources you can gain, light you can gain, and this icon means you can research a tech for free, as long as you have an unresearched tech in your hand. So that's everything you need to know to play a round of Last Light. Finally, let's look at what happens when a round ends. Once everybody's played their Refresh card, at the end of the turn, the round would end. Check to see if anybody has earn 20 light, in which case the game would end. If not, the inner ring would then rotate 90 degrees. The outer ring would rotate 45. Any player with ships around the sun would get 1 point for each ship there. The first player token would transfer clockwise, and everyone would pick up all of their cards. The game will continue until you reach the end of a round in which a player or multiple players have more than 20 light. The person with the most light would then win. Thank you again for watching. Please join us again on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and other social medias. And please don't forget to like and subscribe.